Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video of My Creative Life with Kel Sweetie, where we read books, we make art, and during a certain time of year, we start Halloween decor hunting. Today, I have a haul. Not as big as some of my other hauls have been in the past. Actually, one moment, I had the audacity to start off and not have this beauty queen in the shop with me. But I just recently did a haul with you all for Midsummer Scream convention, which if you have not checked that out, please do so because there are amazing small businesses within that video, as well as just a really good time, and more people need to know about Midsummer Scream. I feel like I've talked to so many people recently telling them I went, and they're like, I didn't know that was even happening. That sounds so much fun. So go check that out if you haven't. It'll be linked down below. But today we are going to be doing a bit of a haul. And this one is actually like a good amount of it is like vintage. I'm looking at it. There's a couple of things that are like home goods and stuff. The search for the Martha Stewart candles continues. And because of this, I am still walking in there and seeing things that I like. I have been sitting there and stopping myself quite a bit lately. It's getting hard. But we are starting to wind down with buying from these stores. I want to thrift some more Halloween. I swear I do. But we're about to do some crafting for Halloween, and I think that we probably have one more Halloween haul type of situation before we get into the crafting for this year, which I'm super excited about because there's some really big things happening. Even one of the things in this haul, while not necessarily a craft, it is a creative kind of idea. So I'm really excited to show y'all what I got, and yeah, let's get into the intro and get into it. So today's video is going to be really exciting if you're into the vintage Halloween look, because I have a majority of things in this haul are from eBay or thrift store finds. But there's a lot of eBay, which, as I've said on this channel, I look at eBay as the big thrift store online, especially if you're a searcher for me who's just always looking for really good deals and everything. It really is, it's a big old estate sale for me personally. I haven't been in a minute because I've been trying to recoup. You can't tell from this haul, but I haven't been on in a minute. I think I may go on a couple more times, especially after I do my Halloween decor audit and I see what I have. I'll have a better idea of what I may still need to get some of these themes across the line, and maybe do like one or two more hauls considering that. But like I said, I think I'm winding down as far as like going out and hunting at an actual store and not creating, which is exciting. It's exciting, y'all. No more long hauls. First off, let's talk about some of my thrift finds, because actual thrift stores, because there's not too many of them. I found this cutie at my local Salvation Army. I've actually been having some good luck in Salvation Armies lately. There were some other things that I found that were from the Salvation Army. Actually, now that I'm realizing it, I forgot one thing that should be in this, and it's going to be hilarious. I don't feel like taking it out of like everything in here, because you could basically see it. The one that is new is on the outside. I've been using the popcorn box that I got some Halloween hauls before as like a kind of landing space for things that I am too afraid to put in a box right now, i.e. my really cool cassette tapes that I got from Etsy. Just because I'm afraid of this resin bottom, I need to figure out a better way to store these throughout the rest of the year so that these don't crack off by accident. So I've been putting them inside of this popcorn box. Some of y'all, if you watched that Halloween haul video, y'all already know my idea for this. I'm doing a Monster Mash movie area around my television in my living room this year, and I thought it'd be really cool to get some some vintage looking popcorn boxes to put some things, whether that's going to be fake popcorn or if it's going to be just some striggly paper bits, and place some action figures or Funkos or something around the top of it from my favorite horror films during Halloween. Now, I found my first one, and it was like $1 at Salvation Army. Went to a completely different Salvation Army recently, and I found another one, which is great because I wanted 2 of them to put on either side of my TV area, and it worked perfectly. It was the exact same size. It looked exactly the same. If anything, it was in maybe even slightly better condition, and it was half off, so I got it for $1. Again, I don't know if everybody in the world decided to buy these. I don't know where they were buying them or why Salvation Army, 2 completely different ones, got the same one. I don't know. I just don't feel like this popcorn box is just, they're selling them hand over fist in all these different places. But somehow I got lucky and I got 2 of them. So I was really, really excited about that because I really wanted to for the balance. And that's exactly what I got. So first off, let's start there. That I got for $1. And I can't wait to show y'all my idea for, like, why I bought them. Okay, let's get back to what started that whole conversation. I got this cute little, I'm guessing this went on top of one of those paper towel canisters, like, I'm playing charades. What's it called? Paper towel holders. I could see this sitting on top of, like, a wooden one because it has this hole at the bottom of it. So I'm thinking that possibly was what this originally was on, and then they took it off, or I don't know what the case is, but it's cute. It's cute as it wants to be. It's really Midwestern. It feels like something my granny would have had in her house, and it looks hand painted. Like, it really does look hand painted. So I got this for $3 at the Salvation Army. I'm gonna put it somewhere, but for $3 and the whole look of it, this is exactly my, like, primitive aesthetic for Halloween. So regardless, it's getting put somewhere, and I absolutely love it, especially for that price. So I had a lot of luck at the Salvation Army this weekend because, well, I also found that, I found this cute little pail. Now, it's not vintage. I mean, what's vintage anymore? This is from 2016, and it's from Target. So, again, not super vintage. Although now thinking that's almost 10 years ago now, which is crazy, but regardless, it still was a really cute pumpkin pail. It was that classic little jack-o'-lantern face, and with my trick-or-treat first grader Halloween party area happening above my bookcase, I still thought this was really cute, and it was there for $1.50. So I wasn't stressed about it. So I ended up getting all of that at my local Salvation Army. And that, I mean, I feel like I ran off pretty good. I mean, you know, this was the most expensive thing at $3. This is why I want to go to thrift stores, because I feel like that kind of upped my whole, hey, I need to be shopping for, like, some vintage finds at my thrift store. Because this turned out so well. Who knows what else I could have found if I had one full day of vintage shopping for Halloween, which I plan on doing soon. If I just find a day where I have nothing planned to just hit a bunch of thrift stores and see what we can find. I want to do that probably in this upcoming week because again, like I said, I am starting to wind down because it's August. And in order to get the content of me decorating my house to you by September on the dot, my Halloween stuff's got to go up soon, guys. I'm so excited. So, that is what I found at my local Salvation Armies. So, past those items, let's get into eBay. Let's get into one of the things that was most exciting to find, and that was these noise makers. I am so happy I found these. Now, in my last video, I had mentioned the whole point of shopping on eBay. One of my tips is always have a budget on what you won't go over on any given item on eBay. I did go over my budget, but I did the math, and technically I didn't. Here is my explanation. These were sold as a lot of 3, and I'm going to do a close-up shot of these. These were sold as a lot of 3, and I got them with shipping for $50 for these vintage noisemakers. Even the ones that are like only slightly vintage, like these 2 definitely are newer. You can tell with this one because it has the plastic knob here instead of the wooden one like this one has. You can certainly tell that this one is actually vintage because even the way this one has a plastic crank, and so it sounds like, I may regret this, but it sounds like this. and it's not as smooth. The one that has the wooden handle and a steel crank in the middle of it sounds like this. And it's a lot smoother. So you can definitely tell that this one is older. It was made in New Jersey. It has all the signs of it, but still cute. I'm excited because these are my first like vintage noisemakers, and as a vintage Halloween collector, anybody could tell you that getting vintage noisemakers is kind of a holy grail of a vintage Halloween collector. They're just so expensive. So getting a lot of 3 of these for $50, I did the math. I got each one of these basically for 14 bucks a piece. So technically I didn't go over, this is girl math, I didn't go over my budget of not going over $30 for any eBay purchase, because if I would have bought any of these separately, I would have gotten them for 14 bucks a piece. You see how I got through that? So it was still a deal. This honestly was a steal to get this lot for that amount of money, because as anybody can tell you, if you go on eBay and you put in Halloween noisemaker, for one of these, they're selling one of them for $50, hopefully. And that's like on the lower end of things. I am too excited to be showing you guys that I got this. I am so excited to put them with my little trick-or-treat Halloween area. It's like, that's gonna look so cute. That's gonna look so, so cute. I cannot wait. These are like, I'm so excited for these. I'm so excited for these. I'm so, so excited for these. Just still look at your eBay. This is why I call eBay the online thrift store, because in all honesty, really, if you do the research and searching and stuff, you really can find some really great items for a good price, not people just trying to scalp you. So just remember that. Let's move into another eBay purchase I'm really excited to show y'all. And that is, as y'all know, I like to think outside the box when it comes to some of my Halloween decor. I think the most fun Halloween vignettes and decor come from people doing something that's not just, oh, this says Halloween on it. Oh, this is a pumpkin. It's a ghost. Got it. It's sold as Halloween. But also including things that are like vintage Halloween costumes. I reference this video so often. I watch this video over and over again. It's the Jim Holtz Halloween decor video. He shows off his house, his maximalist house, and it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous for a maximalist, the vintage maximalism in me. It's just like, if you're a big person for dust and mopes and whatever, don't watch that video because you're going to get the heebies. But I love it. I love how he thinks outside the box with what is considered a vintage item, and how it makes it feel like you've been transported to a scene. It feels like something out of I Spy. For those of us who were fans of an I Spy book, that is when the Maximalist Halloween decor really shines. And I feel like I may go and try and thrift an I Spy book as I sit here and decorate the house, because I feel like that's the perfect representation of what I want for any decor that I put up as a maximalist. For you to go, oh, what new thing can I find? Like, what new interesting thing is in there or whatever. And so came the vintage Halloween costume search. Of course, again, I was looking for lots because I didn't want to, pay for one thing or another being like $15 or something. That adds up. And I wanted a little something just to put maybe in a pumpkin pail or put scattered throughout the vignette. I found these great neck bolts. I don't know what year they're from, but the packaging on them alone screamed Halloween, and it's so much fun. They look like actual neck bolts. And they were selling it as a pack of 2, which of course they were selling it as a pack of 2 because you need one for each side. Now, this is gonna look so great in my trick-or-treat area. I'm so excited to get these. Again, I believe I got this pack for $9. This was for $9. And that was completely fine with me. Absolutely love them. When they came in, I was obsessed. A lot of 3 I got were these Halloween kids costume makeup kits, which I thought was really cute as well. This one was originally from Food Max at $2.45, and it's glitter dust that looks like it was transported from the 80s. Is there anything? $89! 1989. And you can tell, you can absolutely tell. There's all this glitter in it, the face on the front of it. It doesn't get much better than that, guys. This is amazing. This is gonna look so great amongst all of my party stuff. Like, can you kind of see it? I keep putting it next to this pail because I feel like that's the quintessential Halloween trick-or-treat look. So I'm like, do we see it? Are we seeing the goal here? Another thing I got, I believe this one's from the 90s. Yep, 1990. I loved the bright colors on this one. They sold it originally for $1.79 back in 1990. And although it does say spooks on it, which we all know I'm a little weird about or whatever, it's kooky spooks. And I really loved the colors on it. This like looked like 90s, like this type of green, this bright blue and everything. It really kind of screamed early 90s Goosebumps type of thing. With all the Goosebumps novels that I have this year, I think this is going to look really cute amongst that whole area that I'm setting up this year. What I'm going for is something that has that classic Halloween look, but has these types of bright colors that are really quintessential from the early 90s that really like goes back to my childhood of the Goosebumps novels and everything. These really bright hot pinks and blues and like these slime greens and stuff interchanged in it that make you kind of go, oh my god, are we in a first grade Halloween party? That's why I keep on going with a very long theme name. But this was really cool. Again, I bought these in a lot of 3. Last but not least, this animal faces painting block. This is from 1989, and it looks like it's by the same company that did the Kooky Spooks type of thing. I'm not certain if it is, but I thought it was adorable. And even with the little price tag, I'm keeping that on there. That's staying. Absolutely, absolutely love it. And it's just super, super cute. It even has the little instructions and illustrations in the back for you to make your own little animal face. So I got this lot for 12 bucks. All 3 of these. So again, check if you're looking for a good amount of different items for your Halloween decor, make sure you're checking out lots. Like, put in a lot of vintage Halloween makeup or whatever. You're going to have a better chance at better deals, as well as more times than not, they're all kind of the same. Like, you're not going to find like, okay, this one's from 2000 and then this one's from 1989 and then this one's from, 2016 or something. Usually it's going to be, they're all going to be from the same area because more than likely those people who are selling it, either they've had it in their basement for who knows how long, or they went to an estate sale and that person had it in their basement for who knows how long. So was really happy with that. I cannot wait to decorate with it. I think that that's going to be the thing that kind of pushes it into that whole classroom aesthetic that I'm kind of looking for my vintage area that I'm trying to pull off. Another thing that I got, again, going into the conversation of it's not Halloween technically, but it's Halloween involved, are vintage candy boxes. Y'all know I love a vintage candy box, and I think that this here is it. I'm not buying another one unless they're selling it for like $1. Like, I can find a huge amount of them and they're like, we're just trying to get rid of these. Here's $1 for 5 million different boxes or something, like a deal I can't pass up. Because I got the 3 Musketeers box, and then I have the 3 from last year, and now I have this one. This one I got definitely, I think I paid like 20 and some change. Like, it might have been 22 or something. Which, looking at the size, this is why it's important to pull out your rulers. I'm not going to say that I feel like I paid a little too much, because again, even boxes this size go for even more, especially in this condition, and saying Hershey's and everything. I will say, though, I did think it was going to be a tad bit bigger, but that's okay because I do like having ones of different sizes to sprinkle throughout because it adds to the variety. Just saying, thought it was a tad bit bigger, so I thought it was a tad bit bigger of a deal, but it still wasn't anything super, super expensive in my opinion, and it looks really great. It's a Hershey's milk chocolate with almonds box, completely vintage, and it's in really, really good condition. Like, the concern with a lot of getting these vintage boxes is, I like to use these as platforms. Am I able to put something on it? This is substantial. It's not crumbling. So I'm not concerned about this, and I'm super excited to include it, especially with this yellow. It's just a little chocolate bar on the front. This is a good box. So excited to do that, but we're done with the boxes, the candy boxes and everything. I really wish that there was like boxes for things that weren't necessarily chocolate. I want to find some things like that because they would more than likely use colors that were like bright like this. Like I was looking for a lot of like maybe 90s candy type of boxes. I wasn't really having too much luck because it was just a little too poppy. So still looking, but because I'm still wanting to pull out some color in the space. But regardless, really excited for this one. Last but not least, from my eBay haul is something that's a little out of the ordinary. And again, in that conversation of adjacent to the theme, although not exactly on theme. And another example of why buying in a lot makes sense. That is these, you can't see them because I have a black shirt, these marquee letters. I know you guys are like, Kelsey, why do we have marquee letters? And I am glad that you asked that question. Let me tell you. With a Monster Mash theme, and me being the vintage ghoul that I am, I thought drive-in theater, old school theater. What's in an old school theater? A marquee sign. So therefore, a marquee sign was born. There is this awkward area between my TV and my credenza where our soundbar and stuff lives that I never know what to put in that area. Like it's weird. It's in this awkward space. What do we put there? Do I hang something there? Usually I put a banner. This year, I want to put these marquee letters. I want to put these marquee letters kind of like, you know, either kind of way that looks very much like an old theater sign. And I want to try and weekly put up a new quote from my favorite horror film. I think that'd be so much fun. I think that would be so much fun. I think there's 260 or 360. I don't know. There's a lot in here, and I made sure that there was enough in there to at least spell Happy Halloween or now showing or something along those lines. And I got it. I got it for $30, free shipping, which is insane. It's insane because there are so many in here, and I know that that person couldn't have made that much money because how heavy this box is. To provide free shipping and give it for $30, they must have been just trying to get rid of these things. So I'm super excited about these. I'm still figuring out how I want to complete it. There's been ideas of me just putting some like poster tack in the black areas and putting it up on the wall. However, in my house, as hot as it gets, that's a concern. So another idea I have is getting a drill bit and drilling holes in this top portion through the plastic, which isn't that thick, but it is like a plexiglass plastic. The only reason why I'm concerned about doing that is, of course, because I don't want to ruin them for future uses of different things, but also I don't have a marquee sign, and I don't plan on getting a full-size marquee sign because that won't fit anywhere. So I'm not too broken up on the idea of doing that, because also using these possibly for Christmas is also possibly an idea underneath the television to do a Christmas movie type of idea. This idea came again from Jim Holtz, but from his Christmas decor video. He also had some marquee letters to harken back to his Christmas movies and drive-in type of idea. And I thought that was super, super cute because what does the holidays more than going to a drive-in with your family? At least for me. So this is super exciting. I'll tell everybody who will listen, this is probably one of my top ideas and the idea that I'm most concerned about whether or not it's going to translate. So again, research has to be done. Research has to be done. But I do think that this is going to be a really great idea when I finish it up. Let's get into a little haul of what I found at HomeGoods and I believe Marshall's. And then that'll be it for today's haul. See, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad today, guys. Okay, smallish haul for our HomeGoods and Marshall's pickups. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, we got some Marshall's here. Actually, a majority of it is Marshall's. I found this amazing little old witch, and she's black. As you guys, I've talked about many times on this channel, finding memorabilia and home decor, Halloween home decor that features Black people is few and far in between. It's even harder to find anybody who's racially ambiguous enough to be considered Latino. So when I found her, did I snag her up immediately? Absolutely. Absolutely. My partner probably wasn't the happiest about her because I think that the older witches kind of scare him a bit. But I really, really loved her. She had this very Victorian classic Halloween look as well, which I loved. She really did look like she was, you know, a black witch. I have a younger one and I have one that is older. And in my mind, she looks like she has a little melanin for her to be a Latina-like older witch. However, I need to see her again now with fresh eyes. I think I might have been wishful. But this one, for certain, I was just like, I absolutely love, love, love this one. And for me, I feel like she definitely gave this look that she was a black older witch. And she just, the Victorian look, this is apparently a Karen Didion original. Designed from the Crypt is what this is called. And it looks like that. I mean, her fancy dress, she's just so pretty with her like little hair and stuff. I honestly don't think that she gives vibes like she's a mean witch or anything along those lines. I don't really collect those at all, and I'm not even trying to get into the doll collecting area. This is, unless I had to really stop myself from picking up another, like a sister to my really huge black witch that I have, because they put out a version of her this year that had silver and was kind of a bit more Victorian. I had to prevent myself from buying her so that my other one had a twin. There's been some other options out there that I've also had to turn down, but I could not turn down this one. She just was too cute. She was $30, and she has this little shawl in the back of her that has these feathers. Like, she's just doing it. I love it. I absolutely love her, and she's probably going in my Spooky Town area this year. That is my assumption, is that she will go there because that's where my witches went last year. We will see if that idea works out, because the Spooky Town, I feel like, is the place where I'll have some of the hardest time decorating, just because there's a lot that needs to go into that space for it to kind of feel as cohesive as some of my other spaces. Regardless, I absolutely love her. So happy I picked her up, and representation matters. Next, I picked up from Marshall's this great Candy Corn Lane garland. It's got that classic kitty and pumpkin look that are from like old school cartoons, and I thought this would be really cute to maybe put in a garland around my Halloween stuff. We have like different archways, and during Christmas in our kitchen we put up a garland where we hang our special, what are they called, ornaments, our yearly ornaments. I was kind of thinking this year we may do something similar, but use those spooky branches that I get from Michael's that I put on my bookshelf. So when those prices go down on those, when they finally start putting the Halloween stuff on some 40% off sale, I have a voucher, and I'm going to keep on going to Michael's until I find that vampire planter, because I really want it. I'm not finding it anywhere. I don't know if everybody got there first and they just sold out immediately or what. It's been frustrating. But when some of that stuff starts to go down, I do want to get some more branches just to put them in other places, because I do think that they look really great. And I think that this would be cool to put in the kitchen with those branches and kind of string this up with it. If not there, it can easily go anywhere else. And this was $10. A little bit more than what I usually, like, I would expect this to be kind of like $7.99. But the dollar amount seemed nominal, so I still picked them up. Along with that, I picked up these great mugs. Here, let's move this out the way. I picked up these really fun and great mugs. As a lot of holiday shoppers know, a lot of these stores get us on the mugs because they're just so cute every year. And honestly, it's starting to become a problem. In all honesty, maybe we'll just keep out some of these mugs all year. I don't know. I know my partner likes playing them out because they feel special. Speaking of which, I found this Ray Dunn. This is probably the only Ray Dunn. No, that's a lie. Last year, I bought my first Ray Dunn mug, but it was one of those ones that had the topper on it. And I was like, oh, that's actually really cute. And I love a topper because it takes me forever to drink my coffee. and I want to keep it warm. So this is our second one, but it's a specialty Ray done because it had Scooby-Doo and Shaggy on the back of it. That was really what made me pick it up, because he does really love Scooby-Doo. The back of it says heebie-jeebies. I wish it said zoinks or jinkies. It says heebie-jeebies. There were a lot of other, I feel like, sayings they could have chosen from the show that would have been a little bit more iconic. But the color of this green and how nice the like look of Shaggy and Scooby were, it seemed perfect to pick it up for him, and he really did love it. So it was great. I was really happy that he actually loved it, and it's huge. Like, he doesn't drink this much coffee. This is kind of my size, but it really is substantial and really cute and double-sided. So we picked up that. I think this was, I took the sticker off of it. It was probably $4.99 though. And then I picked up this huge mug. So I don't have a really, I think I have some big wide Halloween mugs, but nothing that's like tall and huge. And I love like a gas guzzler of coffee. I was standing in the line, which is why they keep those there, to buy these two. And then I saw this, and it was so much fun. The relief of, what's this called? Glaze has all these dancing skeletons in it. And the bottom of it had this kind of terracotta matte feeling to the bottom of it. It was substantial. It was really nice. It's kind of built like a stein, like a beer stein, which I also liked. And it just looked really nice. It was $4.99. I'm positive this one was $4.99. So I think that one was $4.99 as well. So yeah, I picked it up. Do I need any more mugs? No, I don't. I don't need any more mugs. But if we could maybe replace all of our mugs, put away our normal mugs, and then bring out the Halloween mugs every year, I don't have a problem with that. It's crazy, but I drink coffee every single day, so it's not that crazy. And I've seen way more substantial mug collections. So I am telling myself that so I don't feel so bad. But that's the last thing that we'll be talking about in this haul today. So that'll be it, y'all. Today's haul, I'm hoping once I edit all of this, it's going to be a shorter one than usual. I always say that though. At some point, I'm just going to accept the fact that I have long videos. I talk a lot, and I find it very hard to find things to edit out because I feel like I'm talking to y'all, and some of the things I'm saying I think are important. I don't know, maybe that's a self-worth thing. But I did have fun showing out everything that I got today. I am super excited about those vintage finds. I cannot say that enough. eBay really came through with me on some of those finds. As far as eBay stuff is concerned, like I said, I'm going to do an audit of my Halloween stuff very, very soon. I'm hoping next weekend I actually do it, so that then I have like a week to do the crafting, which is coming up. The next week or so, I'm going to be crafting, which is so exciting because some of these ideas I have are far more than just painting some figures, which there will be, so a good amount of repainting figures, but I want to make some Halloween pails this year, and I am afraid. But if this turns out well, what a time. It'll be such a time. So subscribe down below if you're excited for anything, to see any of that content. That'll be coming up very, very soon. We are in the thick of it now. This is, you know, July for some is the start of Halloween season. It even started as early as June and May this year. So right now I feel like we're in the middle of Halloween season. As far as spooky season and getting ready for it is all concerned, next month it starts going up. You're going to start seeing a lot of Halloween decorate with me videos going up, and then we're going to be in October where all the events really start ramping up, and then all of a sudden we'll be in November and Christmas will be there. We will be talking about Christmas. I know, it's crazy, but I am excited to see what I have, because sometimes you just forget. It feels kind of like Christmas when you're opening up all your stuff and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know I had that. Like, I forgot that I had that because it's so much of stuff and everything, as well as the fact that I do really want to hit the thrift store couple of times for some Halloween stuff before I really call it quits on actively hunting for Halloween decor and not just crafting. So subscribe if you're looking forward to that. Like this video if you had fun with me today seeing what I've gotten. And as something that's become a tradition, if you've made it to the end of this video, please leave down below a witch item emoji. So it could be a witch from the emoji grouping. It could be that crystal ball that they have. It could be a chalice. I'm pretty positive there's a chalice of some sort. I think that there's like sparkles that look like magic sparkles. Think outside the box. It's fun when I see y'all kind of think outside the box with it. So leave like a witch, in her honor, leave a witch type of emoji down in the comments if you got to the end of this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I can't wait for y'all to see what I have cooked up, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!